Hi, this is Jason Molesky. In this example, we'll take a look at a two-sided test. The C website, 50% of high school students have never smoked a cigarette. Taeyeon wonders whether this national result holds true in his large urban high school. For his AP Stats class project, Taeyeon surveys an SRS of 150 students from his school. He gets responses from all 150 students, and 90 of them say they have never smoked a cigarette. So what should Taeyeon conclude? Make sure to give appropriate evidence to support the answer. Well, let's do the four-step process for a significance test. We'll start by stating our problem. We want to perform a significance test of the hypotheses null hypothesis, p equals 0.50, against the alternative, p is not equal to 0.50. Notice this is two-sided because we aren't testing to see if the proportion at Taeyeon's high school is higher or lower than 50%. We just want to see if it's different. And again, p is the proportion of all students in Taeyeon's school who would say they've never smoked cigarettes. Because no significance level was stated, we'll use an alpha of 5%. Well, first we need to check our conditions, and if they're met, we'll do a one-sample z-test for the population proportion p. For the random condition, notice Taeyeon surveyed a simple random sample of 150 students from his school, so that condition is met. For the 10% condition, it does seem reasonable to assume that there are at least 1,500 students in a large high school. This would be 10 times Taeyeon's sample size. Next, for large counts, we have to assume the null hypothesis is true. And if that's true, the expected counts of smokers and non-smokers in the sample would be found by taking our sample size times p sub 0, or 50%. 150 times 50% gives us 75. And again, 150 times 1 minus 50% gives us 75. Both of these values are at least 10, so we should be safe doing normal calculations. Next, we'll actually do the calculations. Well, the sample proportion of non-smokers for Taeyeon is 90 divided by 150, or 60%, 0.60. For the test statistic, z will come out to be 2.45. And for our p-value, using either the table or we could use technology, we find that the probability z is greater than or equal to 2.45 is 0.0071. That's the right-tailed area for this particular z-value. Now to find the desired p-value, we're doing a two-sided test, so we'll need to double that. So the actual p-value for this two-sided test is 0.0142. Finally, because our p-value, 0.0142, is less than alpha equals 0.015, we'll reject the null hypothesis. We have convincing evidence that the proportion of all students at Taeyeon School who would say they have never smoked differs from the national result of 0.50. For some additional practice with two-sided tests, try exercise 45.